Welcome back, trainers, and I have a special treat for you today. We're going to be taking a look at Arcanine. I know other people like to say Arcanine, but it's a fictional character, and I'm going to say it the way I like to, and we're going to go with Arcanine. So, yeah, we got this 100% IV purified, and we're going to go ahead and do that. Now, I'm showing you my collection so you can just see all these shadows. Did you see that shadow? Look at that one. Look at those beautiful IVs. So since it is purified, it's going to cost a lot less to power up, a significant amount less to power up. So I just went ahead and went with it. And I was saving this for a potential community day in the future, which I still believe we'll get it one day for Growlithe. We'll just have to wait and see. But since it is a 100, I'll simply use an Elite TM for whatever it is, if it is good. Now, it does have Psychic Fangs, so we do have a little bit of a shakeup here, and it is a little bit different than any time before. So let's have a little fun with it. Make sure you do give this video a thumbs up, folks, for the investment, for the spice. Really do appreciate it. It's been lacking on that like button. Come on now. Can we get thousands of views with less likes? Come on now. And just hit that subscribe button, because it's looking like 50-50% here for the people that are subscribed and the people that are unsubscribed. But I guess you still want to watch me, huh? Okay. All right. So Arcanine here. I did test it out with Flamethrower and Snarl, as well as, what were we going with? Wild Charge? And it was doing okay, but I was figuring, you know what? I'm going to tell you the strategy. This is what I was thinking. No, we're not going to go with that. We're going to go with Fire Fang, Psychic Fangs, and Wild Charge. Now, having a Gyarados lead like this, let's talk about it. This is just perfection, especially if it has Waterfall, because Arcanine doesn't want nothing to do with it, right? Unless we do have shields down and we're able to land a Wild Charge, we'll be able to take out a whole family of Gyarados like that. But usually it's not going to happen, right? As well as Fire Fang, not a matchup that we're going that we don't want to be in. Stop stumbling there, Poke. All right, so essentially we want to just take them out here, and after that, in the Master Premier, I mean, you're looking at what, a double steal in the back or something like that, or fairy, and guess what Arcanine can handle? Well, double steal, or a fairy, or a steal and a fairy. Either way works, right? So let's see how this does work. We got the main threat out of the way. Now, technically, Excadrill is also another threat. We will be hitting it hard, so we're going to go ahead and bring out our Gyarados here. Let that first Rock Slide go so we don't start using up our shields. And we're going to assume that there's an Togekiss and or a Metagross in the back. Let's see what happens here. And that's exactly what Arcanine is going to be best for. Fire Fanging down these Steel-type teams and just taking control. So what we'll do here is simply shield this up. They have used one shield themselves, so we'll just be on the same level. It's no big deal. And they're swapping. There's that Metagross. Here we go. Let's have a little fun. So we're going to go for Psychic Fangs here, and they shielded up. Massive resistance, and we get a shield out of them. But they didn't know it could have been a Crunch or a Flamethrower, or even a Wild Charge. And now we're going to go ahead and throw a Wild Charge, taking out that Metagross, and then Fire Fanging down the Excadrill. There you go. That is exactly what this thing is going to be doing throughout this video, and it is so satisfying. You have no idea. Let's see what we have next. So typically this is not a great matchup. Again, not a good lead. Well, it's not. Gyarados is a good lead, but for the Snorlax here, it's not. So what are we going to do? We're going to go ahead and shield up once. Night Slash doesn't really do too much, and typically you want to wait until they maybe get the boost, but before you know it, they bring you down low enough to farm you down. They shield up, and they have all this energy for the next Pokemon. So we're going to go ahead and shield up that first one to give us a little bit of a cushion space, I suppose, to take care of business. And they've used both shields at this point, so we're looking absolutely beautiful. I'm assuming we're going to see a Togekiss and a Metagross in the back. We did make this team a while. Well, no, we were using Snorlax instead of Togekiss. So we're farming them down, letting it go, still holding onto one shield. They're bringing in a Togekiss. There it is. Told you. Let's go. So I'm going to assume there's a Metagross as well, because it's the common team. Is Arcanine going to do it again, folks? We're going to take them out. We do resist a Bullet Punch Steel type, so we don't have to worry about our debuff. And yeah, this is just amazing. Now, do you see why I went with Fire Fang? In the Master Premier Cup specifically, if you're using it for anything else, probably want to go with Snarl. But with this Steel meta, yeah, that's exactly what we're going to go with. So taking that win again, let's go Arcanine, putting in that freaking work. Somewhat of a legendary, well, it was on that little thing in one of those episodes. Apparently it was supposed to be. All right, anyway, so we're up against Excadrill, letting that first drill run go, letting the next one go. And we're going to go ahead and go for a Body Slam here. At this point, I should have just went for the Superpower, unfortunately. But it's okay. It looks like they're shielding up, so it doesn't really matter. And we still have 2 shields. They swap into a Togekiss. And we're going to go ahead and bring in the Arcanine to have a little fun. We're going for the Wild Charge right off the bat here because we want to just take them out. We're still going to be doing a lot of damage with the Fire Fang. Look at this. Look at this. I could technically shield this up. Tell me I do. Please. Okay, great. So we shield this up. We're going to go for the Psychic Fangs, which we could have potentially farmed them down and then hit whatever in the back with a good old Wild Charge, but it is going to be a Metagross, so we're going to have a little fun here. Still getting to the Psychic Fangs and able to lower the defense, and this is basically a wrap. Oh yeah, I mean, we got Gyarados. We got Gyarados. All right. Swap it in or bring it in. This Snorlax are going for a Superpower, getting their last shield, and I was expecting them to back out as soon as they saw the Gyarados, and exactly that is what they did. Beautiful. Let's keep it moving here, folks. See what we have next. And like we discussed earlier, seeing the Gyarados up front is just going to be absolutely beautiful for this team here. If they do want to swap at any sort of time, that's perfectly fine. We do have the Gyarados to go up against it with Dragon Breath, so it's still going to be okay. So they're going for an Aqua Tail. It looks like, I don't know, maybe they got Aqua Tail and Outrage, or maybe they're just trying to bait me with the Aqua Tail. Who knows? But nonetheless, we're going to let it go. We're going to let this one go as well because we can. Snorlax just absorbs everything over here. Good old trusty Snorlax. Body Slam. Now they're going to be able to outpace us here, but that's okay. We do get to the Body Slam, but they have higher attacks, so they're going to be able to win that CMP and take me out here. So what we're going to do is bring in Arcanine. That is the main threat, right? The Gyarados, right? I mean, unless they have another water type in the back. I'm talking like Primarina or something. Who knows? But they have an Excadrill as expected. Going for the Psychic Fangs. If we get a shield, oh my gosh. Oh, satisfaction guaranteed. So we're going to go ahead and shield this drill run up. Would have one-shotted us, essentially. And we're almost able to Psychic Fangs down, but I'm going to shield it up. I'm going to call a Metagross in the back. Folks, do we see it? Oh, Metagross. Is this a satisfying video or what? Is this or what? Let's go. Alrighty, so give it a like for Arcanine here, sweeping him up. Nice and call it the meta record for the Master Premier here, might as well. So definitely going to be able to take us out here, but we put in the work. We lowered the defense. This thing is struggling over here. And again, we have this Gyarados situation where we throw the Gyarados and it's a freaking wrap. It is a wrap. Put a bow on it and give me a gift receipt. We'll call it a day. And we'll send that out. All right, so we're going to take them out there. Let's go. All right, moving on to our next opponent. What are we going to see with that Snorlax? We will be leading with it the entire time. Met with the Gardevoir. That's great. They're swapping into a Garchomp with Mud Shot. Oh, I love to see that. And we're going to go ahead and bring in our Gyarados, which does resist that ground move. Now, we're going to let this go. I figured it was going to be an Outrage, but that's okay. We're going to be able to still do a ton of damage with the Crunch as well as Dragon Breath. Do they shield up? They let it go. And I'm hoping we can take them out before they get to their next one. And we do. Bringing in that Gardevoir, going for the Aqua Tail as much as I wanted to go for the Crunch, not trying to get greedy. Let's just get that off. And down we go. Yeah, I don't think we would have been able to make it to that. Bringing in the Snorlax, super effective with a Lake Body Slam, is going to do a ton. Do they want to use their last shield here? And they're letting it go. Well, I want to call this a game. We took out the Gyarados. They back out. Unfortunately, Arcanine doesn't even get a chance to have a little fun in there. Oh, come on. All right, next battle, we're met with a Swampert, and this is where we would want to see the water type. This is exactly why I put Arcanine in the middle, so we can pull out the waters up in the front, because that's just the way the algorithm works. Not every single time, but it usually likes to play your games like that. Mind games with you, right? All right, so we're going to let that go, hitting me with an Earthquake here, going for a Body Slam. This is going to be a Hydro Cannon, not even close to being enough. Plus, the quick moves are not going to be able to take me out here. Do they want to shield it up, keep it safe, win the swap? Let's see what they do, and they are. So our Snorlax is going to be best buddied up. That's the only thing here. I'm about to get this Arcanine to best buddy right now because this thing is freaking amazing. But it's not too often that we see the Master Premier. So, yeah. But hey, at least we'll have it when it does show up. Bringing in the Gyarados to farm down. They hit me with a Hydro Cannon and bringing in a Togekiss. So I'm going to call a Metagross or a Steel in the back. So we're going to go ahead and I think we want to swap here in a second. Okay, we get off one more. Tell me I swap right after this. Okay, yeah, there it is. And we should be able to farm them down. They're just a Metagross. Let's go. Satisfaction time, folks. Oh, my goodness. You have no idea how excited. Well, you can probably tell from my voice here. But when it happened real time while I was doing this, oh, I was just like, Athena was all over me. Jumping because every time I get excited while I'm playing, she, wants to join in on the excitement too. So anyways, we're going to go for a Wild Charge and take this win here. Wow. Arcanine. Let's go. Now, there's a few things about it. If you know, there's a couple Pokemon, like say you go up against a Garchomp, and they have shields. And it's at the end. Or a Gyarados, and they have shields, and Waterfall, or a Dragonite. It's not all the way completely over. You can hit them with a Wild Charge, at least the Gyarados, and the Dragonite, the Garchomp's going to wall you, but there's some circumstances where you're pretty much screwed. Next battle, we're met with an Excadrill, and they are calling those Body Slams. Why did I not go for Superpower? I don't know. I just don't want to lower my stats here, and even losing this matchup is not so horrible for me because of the specific meta that we do have. It's not like there's so many hundreds or dozens of Pokemon that are going to be thrown out here. It's a very condensed few that we're going to be able to just pretty much predict. So they're going to be bringing in a Metagross. Now, if they're bringing in a Metagross to go up against Gyarados, there's got to be something really weak to it in the back. See if you can call it. I'm going to let this go here and swap into our Arcanine and go ahead and try to farm him down. It is a Garchomp with Mudshot. Yeah, that's definitely something that doesn't want to see us. So I'm thinking, crap. This is exactly the situation I was telling you about that you do not want to be in with the Arcanine up against the Garchomp. But here's what we're going to do. Don't shield anything. Let it go. We got the Psychic Fangs off. We lowered the defense. We bring in the Gyarados. We're going to farm up here. We do resist the Bullet Punch on the Metagross. We shield one of these up because, well, we just simply have to, even if it's an Earth Power. And we're simply going to be able to outpace if we can farm down. Beautiful. That's a wrap. That's a wrap. And they know it. We take the win. And that's how you pull it off. Let's go. Moving on to our next best. See, look, it puts me in such a good mood when I have a unique Pokemon doing great. And I said it before, I'll say it again for the new people, or if you haven't heard it before. I don't give a damn about hitting Legend. Sure, it would be great hitting Legend. Sure, it'd be great. But it's all about this spicy content. You know, I'm making people out here power things up. I'm not talking about all of you watching. I'm talking about content creators like, oh, Poke did it. I got to do this too. We got to switch one little Pokemon on this team and make it look like I did my own. It's like copying homework. You switch around a few words. You don't even know. It's like, what the hell is going on here? But that's just the way it goes with me. We create jobs over here. All right, so we're going to see them hitting us with a disarming voice. Going for the Body Slam. Winning that matchup up against the Florges. They're bringing in the Gyarados, which we're going to go ahead and bring in ours. They got a little bit of extra farm, but I'm going to go ahead and call it again. See, when you start seeing all these Pokemon, specific types, you can kind of start predicting what you're going to maybe potentially see in the back. And for this one, I'm going to say either an Excadrill or Metagross is what we're going to see here. So long as we can take this thing down pretty low, don't think we want to use our last shield yet, because we kind of need to still hold on to that. We can still get taken out by an Earthquake. But that's it's going to take them a minute to get there. So they let it go, and it's a Metagross. Exactly. So we bring in our Arcanine, and that is pretty much a wrap. Psychic Fangs is all we go for. We do not want to really lower our defense with going with Wild Charge. We go for that if the shields are down, but it's better to just lower their defense and continue to do more damage with the Fire Fang and just melt them away. So I let this go, and they did not like that, so they back out, and we take the win. Let's get it. All right. Moving on to our next opponent, what are we going to see here? A Excadrill. Love to see this in the lead with the Snorlax. Let's get it. All right, folks. Unfortunately, for the last like 6 minutes of my recording here, because I periodically stop it to make sure it sounds good, it does it once in a while. It does this where it just didn't record. That really sucks because, yeah, you know, you got to bring all that enthusiasm again. Okay, so... and all the little smart remarks that I don't know right off the top of my head. Okay. So what's going on here? What's going on? All right, so they're bringing in their Gyarados. It has Waterfall. This is a great matchup. If they're swapping and locking themselves in here with their own Gyarados, that's just fantastic because, well, we don't have to deal with it with our Arcanine, and we're just going to be able to take it out there. And on top of that, we have Dragon Breath, so we're able to take that win there, bringing back that Excadrill, and we're immediately going to be going for that Aqua Tail. This will KO if they let it go. They're using their first shield. Sounds good. They cannot take me out with a quick move because it's not very effective. And they're building up extra energy. That's what they're doing to make sure they have a little bit left over here for the next Pokemon. But we're going to shield that up to kind of put on the pressure here. But they're going to want to use that last shield. They're going to have to throw again. And this is exactly what I wanted them to do. Because, well, they're using all that energy. We still have a shield and they have none left. We bring in the Snorlax here to just go ahead and finish them off. Just in case they got to a Drill Run. Unfortunately, not enough. And they have a Shadow Metagross in the back, just as I predicted. And the Arcanine is going to be able to just put in some work here. Now, check this out. I couldn't believe it. I wasn't trying to flex. They freaking hit me with a Psychic, and it almost KOs me. And I was thinking, well, I had a smooth run until this point. I could have won this game if I used that damn shield, but I think I'm going to be able to still easily pull this off. Didn't realize Snorlax had enough health still, and well, the Metagross has been debuffed. Excadrill has 1 HP. We take it out with 1 lick and take that win. Let's go. Moving on to our next battle, met with a Gyarados, and again, this is exactly what we want it to be. This is exactly why we ordered the team the way we did, so we can pull out those Gyarados potentially more so in the front than usual. You're like, well, why don't they come every single time? Why don't they come every single time? Because that's not the way it works every single time. Alright, so we're going to be going for another body slam here. And as long as we get them low enough, we don't need to use a shield. I just need to get rid of this Gyarados or bring it down low enough so that we can farm them down with Arcanine. Simple as that. Okay, we're using a shield. There you go. Alright, and sometimes when I miscall some sort of play, all these battles that I do, time in and time in and time and again, they want me to expect me to like remember them to the T. Yeah, are you even doing those? Are you even doing those battles yourself? Are you even doing them? Like, dude, are you like? What are you talking about? What are you freaking talking about? All right, bringing in our Gyarados to handle the situation here. We could have brought in the Arcanine, but we're able to take all the hits from Metagross except for Psychic, I guess. So they're bringing in an Excadrill, and now we're in a little bit of a predicament here because if we bring in the Arcanine, they're going to take us out in one shot. So what we're going to have to do is catch. Yes, that's right, catch a Rock Slide. Because that's not super, well, it's super effective, but it's not in stab. And it's not doing as much as Drill Run. We'll be able to survive those extra quick moves. And there you have it. That's how you pull off a very, very close game that you could have potentially not won if you did not do that. As well as not throwing the correct move right here. We're throwing the Crunch and taking out their Metagross. And we farm them down with Dragon Breath on that Excadrill. Are you kidding me? What a stinking catch that was. It was such a good day. All right, next battle, we're met with a Dragonite. Now, the thing about this is we need to look out for superpower now. It doesn't only just threaten steel types, it threatens normal, specifically Snorlax, because, well, more normal type. So long, okay, beautiful. So long as we get a shield here, at this point, I don't think they're going to go for superpower unless they wanted to surprise me and then just swap out immediately. But they're going for Dragon Claw, so that's good. We're going to be bringing them even closer to the red. And we will be able to finish them off with Gyarados. Now, unfortunately, they are going to be able to hit me with a Dragon Claw here, which is going to be doing a lot of damage. So, yeah, it's all right. They hit me with Superpower. I was like, what the frick is going on? Does that, like, do more? I don't know. Maybe they're just, like, systematically throwing that. Who knows? But I feel like they saw and had enough time. But it doesn't really matter. Bringing in an Excadrill here. We will be using a shield and swapping into our Arcanine to see if we can farm down, and we actually do. Now, we know they're going to be bringing back the Dragonite. Can we take them out with the Psychic Fangs here? Can we get a shield? Because I already know there's a Metagross in the back. I already know there's one in the back. And we're taking them out, and we don't even... Oh, Magnezone. In the zone. Out of the zone. Bye. See ya. Taking that win with Arcanine. Let's get it. All right, let's see what we have going on here. Got a couple more battles for you. Met with another Gyarados, and this is exactly what I'm talking about. This is exactly why we put that Arcanine in the middle. Alright, so going for the body slam, and again, we're going to do the same old song and dance. Shielding up, yeah, is an option. We just kind of need to take that Gyarados down very low. So we're going to let this first one go because we can absorb it, no problem, especially because we're not a shadow. Let's see what we have going for another one. If they use a shield themselves, that's perfectly fine. I think we'll try to match it, but they're letting it go, and we'll let this go easily as well. I do believe we win this matchup here. Just going to take them out with a couple of licks, and they'll be able to gain some farm here. With a Gyarados, it's going to have Dragon Tail. So we're going to, I think that's Dragon Tail, I'm pretty sure. And this is even better because winning that matchup, bringing in another Pokemon that's going to be resisting fire, that's going to guarantee that there's going to be something in the back weak to fire. It's going to be a steel type of some sort, Metagross or Excadrill. Let's see what it is going to be. So we're going to be able to just make quick work with this thing here with our Dragon Breath, taking their shields. Let's get it. And we're going to call every single one of these here. I was just feeling it. I was like, you know what? No, I'm calling another Sandtube. We haven't used any shields. What's in the back? Show me that. Oh, Chandel. Oh, no, this is it. This is the last battle. So we're going to get their shield here. They have to. And my fire is going to beat your fire. We're simply going to be building up to Wild Charge, and I'm not trying to two-shield flex with some sort of secret Shadow Ball that somehow magically they gain a bunch of energy. So yeah, using the shield here, and Arcanine closing it out for us as the star of the show. If you did enjoy this video, give it a thumbs up. Really do appreciate it. Thank you for watching. Arcanine for the win. Absolutely fun stuff. Thanks for watching and take care.
Sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is gonna hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done.
Hey! So you're finally here! Fantastic!
I touch the deck. This is the best thing